Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Cone Dodger here. Welcome back to Formula 1 2017 for round number 11 in Hungary. We had a pretty interesting time there in Silverstone, but it is time to move on. And we should be moving into one of those historic car challenge thingamajigs. However, when I tried to do it, it once again was causing the game to loop through crash sequences, and overall wasn't working at all. I was able to get it to go through it in windowed mode, but I wasn't able to record it or anything, so we'll just pretend it never happened. Those aren't super terribly interesting anyway, in my opinion, but I'm going to do this, something I said I was going to do. I'm going to go up to the base level of expert, more than anything just for the fact that it changes that modifier a ton for not a huge amount of change in driver level, so why not? Why not? Alright, so onward to Hungary, I do suppose. Once it finishes loading. Actually, that may have taken up the loading time, maybe. Well, not really.
Hi, how are you today? The improved package has arrived.
Is he
We're having
talking
it fitted
normal?
in time for FP1. Have a look at the factory report.
Maybe more normal. We have turbocharger wear number 2 installed. Good to know. We don't have any points to spend. We could look at our car. Somebody suggested, we could be using the older parts for practice sessions, but the parts that we have that are older are so bad that with them we can't complete the programs in the practice sessions. So it's not good. We're halfway through the season right now, race number 11. And we've used way more than half of our parts, so it's how it's going to be. Later in the season, we're going to have penalties. That's the way it is. This turbocharger, we'll try and make this one last through practice. That should be okay. But let's get to it, which needs our laptop open, actually, in Hungary.
Welcome to Budapest as we prepare for the start of the Hungarian Grand Prix. The teams are just getting their cars ready to go out for today's practice session.
It sounds like the voices are fixed. Well, that's amazing. All right, well, let's get to work here in Hungary. We got to do our track acclimatization, and we're going to need to do this one. This is one of the most unique tracks left on the circuit. It's a very technical place, and a place where I think I'm really desperately going to be missing my crutch of the driver line, to which I was using in the 2016 series. So I'm gonna have to really work hard at this. I feel like our car should be decent here. It does good with change of direction. I think the part I might struggle with this car here is the brakes. So I don't know, again, I'm using different gyrates in this series than I am in the other series. You really gotta stop on the brake pedal a lot here. And a lot of times very late into the turns. So I might need to find some balance there. We'll see. It was purple, but it was a little offline, I think. And shifting a bit late. Just getting out of the MP423, which was a fantastic car to drive, versus, the modern F1 sound. It's so much easier to pinpoint what revs you're at in those. It's a tricky chicane there, as is this. Oh yeah, there's a missed gate, in fact. That'll hurt us. Oh well. Yeah, I really gotta find my balance around here. Such an interesting track this is. I think it only survives because it is kind of out in the middle. Oh wow, I totally missed this turn. I feel like that gate was at the wrong angle, which I understand is a weird complaint, but it would make sense that the gates are pointed in a way that makes sense.
Let's try and perfect each turn. Remember that chaining good corners together will give you a consistency bonus.
I will try to chain. I totally hit the button. Weird. Was it because I was off track? I'm not sure. I was very much so in the DRS zone, and I very much hit the button, and this lap is just garbage because of that. Oh well. I guess it's a pure practice lap here. I'm not gonna complain. Oh wow, I'm way off. Because, yeah, this place, practice is necessary. I also think the natural line around here might be different than this line that they are taking us on. So although I appreciate these, I'm not sure I'm going to follow exactly the line that they're taking us on here. Alright, well the second half of the lap cleaned up quite a bit. Wasn't displeased with that. Found the turning point for this turn. Yeah, great second half of the lap.
This is the last lap of the program. Final lap of the program.
Okay. Make it 100. Slow down a lot for turn 1 here. Okay, for sure, got DRS there. 100%. No questions. This turn's very easy to overdrive. Entrance and exit. It's purple. This one also very easy to overdrive. This one tightens up a lot on exit. Only green. Wow, only green there too. Oh, I totally made it through the gate, with the nose of the car anyway. Alright, well, we're not getting purple on this one. No way. We don't have enough standing points to do it. Oh well. Like I said, I don't feel like the challenges lines match my lines exactly, so hopefully the other ones will do better. And hopefully we've become acquainted enough, the track and I. Ah, beans.
Right, that's the end of the program. Box this lap so we can analyze the data. Box this lap.
We'll analyze that data. Okay, so next up is tire management. I don't think that one's going to be as bad. Like, I didn't feel like I was sliding the tires a lot, and now we're going to go out on softs, which should be better. Should be much better. Balance changes, I kind of feel like we need a bit more rear grip, but I want to make sure that's not just in the way I'm driving the car. So let's see what it's like on these softer tires, and we'll see how it is on the tires. The good news is this is a rather short track, so there's not as much to memorize as some of the longer ones. Yeah, I already feel better just kind of forging my own path around instead of using theirs. We're braking at the 100. Keep it in third. A little wide there. Lost us some time. I was trying not to slide the tires. Save tires there. Somehow that was actually very hard on them, even though I wasn't.
There's 4 laps of fuel remaining.
Which is strange. I think I'm trying too hard not to slide tires. I need to drive a bit more naturally. Yeah, I'm just being way too conscious of tire sliding and not turning it in hard enough. Which is worrisome because we're actually not on purple on the tire wear either. So next lap I'm going to try and just go for a good lap time. Man, I'm not getting turned in these turns at all. It's gone from feeling too oversteery to much too understeery. Or not even understeer, really. It just doesn't have any turn in. Alright, let's just do that and pick up a second and a half.
We're not hitting our target. We'll need to rerun the program if we don't get the time delta back in the green.
Excuse me, sir. That was very rude. That was very, very rude. I'll remember that. Oh, and it ran wide there. Yeesh. This might be a struggle bus here this weekend. It's not looking too promising as of right now. Oh, no. No, no, no. Cannot take that flat out. Oh, jeez. Oh, no. All sorts of crossed up. Jerk. You started all this, messing up my turn one. You easily could have lifted a little bit. I guess we're gonna get one more try at it here, and if not, might just have to retry the program. And the car's in fine shape, so it's not like we're down on power. Go, car, go. Holding the inside line too tight there.
Let's speed up. Our tyre data is no good unless we're doing a representative pace.
Shut up,
If we don't
Jeff.
get our time delta back in the green, we'll need to rerun this program.
Honestly, it's looking like we might have to. Although that was a pretty good turn one. Really wanted to slide out on me there. That was very hard on the tires to do that. Missed my turn-in point a ton right there. Force India's all over me. Oh, and we just borked it there. Well, that's a wrap on this. Wouldn't it be hilarious if it was the case that the single point from 79 to 80 made the AI jump up like a huge scale, and that the number increments didn't actually mean anything? That seems like something that would be extremely Codemasters. Well, I don't know. I don't know what exactly I'm gonna do. I feel like I need some setup changes. I feel like I need some more downforce. So let's do that. All right, let's look through here. How do I go left and right? 1 and 2. No, buttons are 1 and 2. What is it on the keyboard? F6. Okay. 1 and 2. Oh, this game. Let's go up to 7 and 7 on downforce. And I think what I want to do is actually give it a touch more front camber. I was actually thinking about more rear camber before, but now it's starting to kind of feel like maybe it needs a bit more turn in. Watch, I'm going to give it some rear brake bias to help with that as well. And I think I'm going to try and move the weight a little bit to the rear to try and get it to want to scoot into the turns a bit. We'll try it. What's the worst that could happen? And we'll go out there and try to do that tire management again.
Okay, we'll alter the setup of the car.
Okay. Yep, going out on softs again, and we'll see. We will see. Hopefully no traffic. That was certainly not helping us. Just try and get a feel for it. Made some pretty major changes to the car. Now, this is a very chassis-dependent track, too, as these turns aren't super fast, which is why I made that weight balance change, too. Aero is good, but at low speeds, it's not doing you much good. 300. Still fighting the car and exit there. Probably just back to the gas too soon. Oh, that was bad. Curbs are slippery, I'll tell you that much. Very slippery. Try and find the right turning point for that one. Feels like we're getting there. Okay, too fast on the downshifts there, causing the rear end to kick around. A real balancing act this is, because I want it to turn in more, but that can cause some tire slip, especially on entry. We're just a little down on time this time. That seems like a more doable goal. Hopefully this next lap.
There's 4 laps of fuel remaining.
Yeah, that was very close
We
actually.
need to pick up the pace. We're not hitting our target. We'll need to rerun the program if we don't get the time delta back in the green.
Right. More turn in. There we go. Much better exit. That netted us some time. Third gear here. Stay off of that curve. Jeez, I cannot get it to not slide through that turn for some reason. Taking it easy in that one. Stay into that grass. It was better on the downshifts for sure. Little slide out. Might be very close on this lap. Big slide there. And it actually hurt the time more than the tires. Go figure. Alright, well at least get green.
Pace is good, and tyre wear was okay on the last lap.
Just okay. I don't know that we're gonna get great, to be honest. Wasn't a particularly good turn one. Wasn't particularly bad. I'm gonna be putting a lot of miles on the car here, I have a feeling. So I just abandoned hope of saving the tires in that turn. Try and get it elsewhere. Oh, they'll slide out. Guys, so subtle the way it slides. Very different than the Huskar for sure. Traffic's gonna kill us here. We're very close to purple. Well, that'll do it. Well, he was super slow on entry. He must be on an outlap or something. Well, beans. That's it for this program, it looks like. And we got some wing to repair. So in we go. I guess that's it for this one. We'll move on. Well, due to the car repairs and such, that's going to be the end of our practice session here. We'll move on to P2.
An interesting practice session there then.
See what we can
Let's
do.
remind ourselves of the top 3, who
Oof.
are Vettel, Bottas and Kimi Räikkönen. Practice times are on the board then, but no points are on offer just yet. We'll be back with more F1 action soon.
Okay, well, we were slow. We were very slow. Hopefully that's just the tire wear test doing that to us. We'll see. We're going to do the fuel mileage one and then do a qualify and see if we really do have a major deficit to overcome here. We'll take everything we learned in practice 1 and throw it out the window because it is now raining in practice 2. So we'll try to do our, well, let's actually look at the weather. Rain the whole time. F2 says practice 3, probably rain as well. Qualifying starts in the rain and goes dry, and a very rainy race. Alright, Well,
I know it's tempting to focus entirely on the race, but we should put a bit of time aside to run the qualifying sim program.
okay.
Try to run it before the end of FP3 if you can.
Well, we're going to do our fuel-saving one now in the rain, then we're going to do our qualifying one in the rain, since it seems like rain's going to be the theme of the weekend anyway. Probably we'll go ahead and put more downforce on the car now, if it's going to be... Oh, buddy. That was a bit too fast to launch us out into that turn there, game. If it's going to be that certainly a rainy weekend, there's no reason to not make this car basically a rain setup. Well, let's see what we can do here in the wet on intermediates. It's not raining super hard. Fuel saving in the rain, probably not going to be easy. Usually they do ease up a bit on the challenges in the rain. Although we're way down on time in turn 1. It would be nice to get at least one purple completed program here. It would very much so help us moving forward. It's not bad right now. Bring a bit out of the dry line, which might be to our advantage, seeing how it's not raining that heavy. Big slide there. I'm glad I didn't do the tire wear one in this. I'd probably never complete it. Jeez, I even had to lift for that turn. Good drive out. Doing very fine on fuel management, as long as I can do the time. Yeah, tire slides, you say? Plenty of those. If nothing else, the dry line's at least giving me a little bit of a driver's line. Okay, there we go. A purple completed program. Optimal fuel usage.
Well done, P1. You've just put in the quickest lap of the session so far.
That's also good news, but I think we were the first ones out. Honestly, the car felt pretty good for these conditions. Debating still putting more downforce on there, but in the qualifying session, it looks like it's going to go from rain to dry maybe towards the end. So I might not want to push that too aggressive, but if we're going to be in a full wet
20
race.
minutes of light rain.
20 minutes of light rain. Let me do a qualifying pace run and see what it's like, and then I'll make that call afterwards. We shall see. Unfortunately, it looks like we won't see full rain until the race. But it's 7 on downforce on a track that's, like I said, pretty chassis dependent, not aero dependent. We might be in okay shape. Chassis-wise, I don't really know how the Renault stacks up against the competition. Or even if overall mechanical grip is a thing particularly modeled in the game. There we go. We will be on rich fuel mix, so we're going to watch the tires spin. Very easy on corner entry. I think that's going to be important. And see how much time we gained on the exit. I'm all about gaining time on exit rather than on entry. I think that's a good sign when you can do that. Ooh, buddy. We had a fast sector 1. They were happy with that. Not botched up sector 2 there. But again, getting good exits. A little messy in the chicane. Very wide there. How that wouldn't be caught as track extending, I'll never know. Maybe they just understand the conditions, I'm not sure. Well, it was a good lap until that point. Now we're sliding all around. Think the tires have overheated or something? Because it's not very heavy rain. Not impossible, but I find it unlikely. Well, yeah, good enough lap, but maybe not a optimal lap.
We've hit our primary target time. We're happy with that.
We could potentially get up to 15th and get the team to be super happy with us. I think we have it in us. Plus, it'd be nice to see if maybe these tires are indeed falling off or not. Little run there. It seems like we're gaining a lot of time in Sector 1. Then the rest of the track we were really losing. A bit wide there. Trying not to get too much of the second curve here. Oh, that was much better. A little bit wide there. Will cost us. I think not going wide on this one is going to be where we make up our most of our time. It's pretty dancy. It's manageable. Alright. Have that good launch out of the turn again. I think that'll be good.
Okay, then that's the end of the program and plenty of useful data.
Plenty
Return
of
to base
useful
when you
data.
can so we can go over it.
Will do. A 36.7. It's a good lap. That was a good lap. If we could reproduce that in qualifying, I think we'd be in good shape. You know what? I'm going to do this race strategy program, but it's actually irrelevant for this weekend. So I'll save everybody a bit of time and just go ahead and do this one. I think I have too much to offer for you. Alright, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little worried about how this is gonna go today because we had the crash loop before, and then I just had like a stutter loop, and then it just black screened on me for a while, but now I'm back. The good news is I was able to do the race strategy program with optimal results. Let's just hope that all the demons have been worked out of this game before we get to qualifying in the race. Not too confident about it at the moment. What did we miss here? Informed strategy, 2 different tire compounds. Well, that's not going to happen because of the rain. And I was actually thinking, while I was doing that race strategy one, it would have been interesting if instead of race strategy, they did a wet weather challenge or wet weather strategy and had you do a lap on wets and a lap on intermediates as kind of a replacement for race strategy when there was rain in practice, but I could see that having problems as well. So, I don't know. We'll move on and see how qualifying goes.
Quick look at the classification at the end of the session then. Here are your top 3. Vettel, Raikkonen and Lewis Hamilton.
All right, so
that's it for
P9,
practice then. We'll see you again soon.
P9 in the rain. The rain, of course, the great equalizer. And pretty okay with that. We'll see how it goes in qualifying.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, you sound normal.
I'm on your qualifying goals for this weekend.
13th or higher, and to beat soon-to-be re-retired Felipe Massa. Actually, I guess he never actually retired. He just had a retirement season, then didn't retire, and now he's actually retiring after having a season where he didn't announce he was going to retire. Felipe Massa, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, let us go to Q1. I didn't change the turbocharger. And it'll be fine. It's going to be rainy anyway, and I don't think it's in danger of exploding. I think it's just at the end of its, lifespan.
The excitement is starting to build.
Alright, so now I need to go and look at the weather real quick and see if that forecast has changed. Where is that information available to us? F2. No, still heavy rain in the race. Q plus 10 minutes was... Oh, it's drying out towards the end still. Yeah, I think I'm going to stick with the downforce that I have. I think that will be okay. Hope that will be okay. Let us go to track. Let's go. Yeah. And we'll go out and do ourselves a flying lap as I have it fresh in my mind. On intermediates, no less. That's good. And I felt like the car was more competitive on intermediates than it was on the dry tires. So Q1 shouldn't be too much of a problem. Q2 and Q3, a little bit more of a mystery. I certainly struggled more with the programs in the dry and then excelled at them in the wet. Vilskate is not much of a dry line right now. The good news there is that we'll be able to push these tires pretty hard. They're not going to overheat by any means. And it's pretty skaty. But again, I feel real good about making it through Q1 here. Alright, big slide there. Try not to overdrive this turn. Hamilton's already gone out and set a 35.4. He's been real quick here so far. He was behind me for that last practice program, and it was pretty crazy how close, or how fast he was closing in on me. Certainly less grip to be had right now than there was in the practice. Throw around a little bit. And even with that, I don't think it's been too terrible of a lap so far. Little slide there, never hurt anybody. That'll put down a 34. In the slides. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to do 2 laps. And hope that the track has come in a bit by this next lap. Might have to underdrive it a bit too. What times I was running. I thought there were 35s in the rain. This is certainly not that.
We're up into P7. Push for P6.
It's very useless information, as not many people have put in laps yet. Now we have a delta to go against. That will be helpful. Already does feel like there's more grip to be had out here. Aggressive with that inside curve there.
It looks like we'll be running on a dry track soon. Back to dry shortly.
Alright. Oh, what if it does it this... I didn't even think about that. What if it does it this session? What if it dries out right at the end of the session and everybody starts going to dry tires? That could be interesting. But I guess it's good we're putting in a time early so we can go sit in the garage and watch the weather, watch the times. A better lap here, but not an amazing lap. Gained a bunch of time right there. Oh yeah. Here as well. Hey. What does that do for us? 37.0. Still doesn't feel that good. Ocon just went out on intermediates. So he's not worried about it being too dry. and it is still raining. Well, I suppose I'm gonna go in and watch the conditions and see where we're stacking up. I don't feel as good now as I did minutes ago, though. Oh God, that is a big move there. Gosh, that scared me. He did that death
Nico's
wobble.
lap times are better than yours. Nico is faster than us.
Alright, that's a bad sign, because Nico being faster than us, and Nico has dropped out of Q1 on occasion. So we may need to really find some time here. How very strange.
Our best lap so far is a 1:37.0.
Without a doubt, we have to go it again. We're much too slow. We've got to at least get to the 36s to have any chance to move on. I'm worried about what the weather's going to do, but I don't think the track will necessarily dry out by the end. We only have 8 minutes to go, and it's still sprinkling, so I don't think we're in danger there. What we do need to do is perhaps look at these tires and make sure they didn't take a lot of wear, which is super easy to do. No, they barely are worn. Oh wow, I didn't realize how few intermediates you actually get. Huh, crazy. Alright, well, either way, I don't think that's a problem. Let's go back out there and try another flying lap. What I thought would be the easiest of Q1s has turned into, so far, the most difficult of Q1s, and the weather has changed dramatically within the last 3 minutes. We are now doomed. This track is dry, these tires will not perform. DRS is enabled, and whenever that happens, that can pretty much guarantee you how much time is in the session. They won't tell me. We have no chance of setting faster time on these tires, I can tell you that much. I'm going to return to garage. Let's hope we have at least 5 minutes left, or maybe 4. It's going to be close.
To view your current tire, brake, and engine temperatures, press the
5
LFD
minutes, okay.
button
We gotta be
to open the
real efficient
multifunction
here.
display.
Shut up,
And then
Jeff.
press it again to cycle through till you reach the temperature information
Okay.
screen.
Tire select. Dry. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Super softs. ASAP. Yep. Exit. Let's get out there. It's gonna be hell, but we're gonna have to make it work. Even a iffy lap on these tires should be enough to secure us, as long as not everybody gets out on them. But it looks like many have, because we are down in 18th, and Van Dorn in front of us is on super softs. We got one, basically, maybe 2 laps to make it happen. With a turbocharger that's not happy.
Okay, there's 2 minutes left in this session and we're in the drop zone. We need a quick lap or that's qualifying over for us.
I'm trying. This traffic ain't gonna help. Still a little wet. Certainly not perfect out. Ocon's really gonna be a nuisance to us here, I have a feeling. Come on, guy. Get out of the damn way! So I thought. Seems like they don't have a problem with you using that inside curve. Cooked it a bit there. I like the fact that he's hanging with us so tight. Feel a lot more comfortable if we would gap him a bit. Good news is we'll be holding him up. Alright, good launch. We need a great launch out of this last turn for sure. Alright. All right,
Moved into
P6.
P6 with that last lap.
But not everybody's put in times yet. Wide there. It's actually good having Ocon with us. Can't pass us, or if we're running decent times with him, then we're in good shape to move on. That was a nice set of turns there. Good chicane helped us. Down to 8th. Wide there, have been wide most of the weekend. Ocon making a look there, making me nervous. This is not a good situation for either of us. Whoa, okay, that's cool. Yeah, that really hurt us. I mean, I had screwed that lap up to no end at the end of the lap, but... Oh, we're out. We're done. Well... That's a first. That is a first. I don't know where the speed went. I really don't. 28.6. We were the second slowest car on track. Interestingly enough, Massa was the slowest car on track. I really don't know what to say. I'm a little concerned that, like I said, the incremental values didn't mean anything, and it was the every 10 that did something in the AI difficulty. But I do suppose we're going to find that out in the race, because that's it. We're out. We're done. It's a very mixed up field. Look at Vettel down there, 15th. We're really the only... Well, me and Massa are weird to get knocked out in Q1. I don't know, guys. I don't know how this is going to go, but we're going to find out. This will be the first time the team's really pissed off at us. a little perturbed myself. I should have waited a little longer to see what the weather was going to do. It's so hard to tell. And there you have it. Reds across the board. First time we've seen that. Yikes. A bad day of qualifying. Well, stay tuned tomorrow for what should be an interesting and probably very, very moist race.